Thanks for coming out tonight. I just did the radio, and I forgot to mention, Coach Cottrell is a longtime friend, Houston Baptist. They were Division II, what he's done in 33 years. He's a great man. One of my dear friends, Greg Grissom, coached with him at Houston Baptist, so I've known him for a long time. And obviously they got to play these games out on the road, and they're hard to go game after game after game. But also he started this. They lost their best player to gun violence. 2 years ago. I remember when it happened. I couldn't believe it. And I just talked to him, I think, prior about something else. And so we wore the shirts, talked to our guys about the situation, and just being smart. The kids that are guys our age. I mean, they're just, these things are out there, and just trying to make the right decisions and being around the right people. And that was an innocent kid going back to New York, and lost his life, and had a great future ahead of him. That's what that was about. So I want to mention that. I didn't mention on the radio. Second thing, good for us. Did the things we needed to do. I liked our passing, especially in the last 10 minutes first half, and the rest of the 20 minutes. I loved that our two guards, the guys that got to get better. I call them our point guards, but Avery and Jameer, 15 assists, 1 turnover. So that was good. That was the most exciting thing for me. We've obviously we have high expectations for this team, but I don't know if anybody else has high expectations as high as expectations we have with all new guards. That's usually not the thing to start with high expectations with, and that's what we've done, and we believe we can be very good. But we have brand new guards across the board, and Trey, Avery, and Jameer. So I thought all 3 of them played really well, and that's the progress we need to see in these 6 games. I thought this was the best that they've played, and had them together. Obviously Avery's been out for a while in the fall. Jameer missed all summer, so we've kind of been piecing it together a little later than we would like. I wish it was going strong June, but it didn't, and but that was good to see. So that was the most important thing to me. Passing, defensively, I thought we were better at times, but just not good enough. Too many layups, and we just couldn't sustain it for 40 minutes. Slow start again is a little bit of a problem. I don't know why. Seems a timeout into it, we get a little bit better. We never seem to make an open shot to start the game. And then we give up a basket or 2, which was really disappointing. So the rebounding, was disappointing. Obviously, we forced them turnovers, so that can be counter the defensive rebounding, but no explanation for why we only got 3 offensive rebounds. That was probably the most disappointing thing to me. But we know, I said no explanation. I know the explanation. We weren't going. So that's we gotta get that fixed. We've done a good job with that this year, first 4 games, but we're going backwards, and we gotta get it fixed. Going forward here, obviously, as I've said before, because of the Thanksgiving tournament, not having one, and having the Christmas tournament, our schedule's kind of backloaded. So I told our guys, now our strength of schedule the rest of the way is 9th in the country. So we got road games, we got neutral games. We've had our run. We're gonna play on the road, we're gonna play away, and we're gonna play Power 5 teams going forward here. So it's time to it's another opportunity to get better.
How much do you think you've kind of learned about the team during these 6 games?
Most importantly was the guard thing. I think that was important. Not to say they've got it all answered now, but there was improvement, and so that was good to see. So big guys needed the minutes, so that was good. Ernest and Esam, and I'm really excited about those guys. So Chuck was out with the ankle today. Heard it yesterday in practice. That was the situation on him in practice too. We didn't go that long, but that's where that happened. So I love our group of 10. Well, I'm pretty definite that we're going to redshirt these guys now, given the situation. I wish they would change that rule. I can't understand why football can play forward and get a redshirt and we can't. It's just amazing to me with our smaller numbers and how it makes no sense. We're borderline having enough guys to practice, and with 13 scholarships, it's amazing to me. But so we've got that. I think we understand that from it. We're going to go with but we've got to keep developing those guys and keep working in practice and get them extra workouts. They work out the day of the games. They work out shoot around. We get them an extra lift day of games too. So they're a big part of our program. Jason, Isaiah, going forward here. We're going to have these 10 guys, and we know we have enough guys. I think we can handle an injury for a short amount of time, but I think we have good depth, and I'm excited about it. But we're going to hit some adversity. We're going to play on the road. We're going to get in some foul trouble, and have a guy miss a game, and you see how you handle it. But we do have the pieces. We just got to stay healthy and get better. But the guards just got to keep getting better. And I thought our bigs have played good defensively, not as good today. This kid gave us some problems at number 4. He's big, he's strong, and Maring, he's good. We need to do a better job on him, but that's on me to get us better.
How do you feel about the half-court offense tonight, especially the three-point
Yeah,
shooting?
a little better. That was something that we really emphasized over Thanksgiving and getting better in the half court. We kind of took, to be honest with you, just demanded, took away a little bit of an option and made it. This is what we're doing, and gave them 2 options on a play, and they weren't using the other option, which is our best option. There was lack of patience, lack of understanding. So that's I think that helped us in the half court. I thought our half court offense was better today. Better. We didn't shoot it great. To me, we should have had more offensive rebounds based on the shots that we took. I can't remember where we were. We were 5 for 17 from 3, and I think maybe 1 or 2 were not good. Questionable. We got to get offensive rebounds on wide open threes that we don't make. We missed 12. We got to get more than 3 offensive rebounds. That might be the worst number I've ever had on offensive rebounding.
You mentioned Jameer and Avery already, but what have you seen from Trey Tennyson in the first 6 games this year?
He's been the same. I mean, he's been good for us all the way through. In Alabama, he played really well. He played more because Avery was in there, but he handled it well. I think he's kind of in this. What can I do more to play more? And I think that's what I'm trying to get not to worry. It's not the offensive end. If he can defend better, that would probably be the best way to do it. And I think he kind of doesn't quite grasp that, as most guys. It takes him a little while to get that, but that's what I thought. So it was really on him today. But he's definitely our best shooter. He didn't shoot it great today. For him, again, we expect him to make every shot. If there's an open 3, everybody expects it to go in. But I thought he was good with the advancing the ball in transition. I thought he was really good. We just got to keep getting him better defensively. But we got to get those 3 guards better defensively. We've got to get them. As I've said, Avery and Jameer, they're as quick and as athletic as you can possibly be, but yet it doesn't transfer to their guarding out front, and that's what we got to do. So. We got room to improve. That's certainly the case. But Trey's we love Trey. Trey's a worker. He's in the gym. He loves being here. I think he wants to do more. Again, remember he was the leading scorer at Corpus Christi last year, so he's, that's all he knows. And we want him to shoot all 3s. He's taking some off-balance runners. That's where we kind of want to cut down on a little bit. But shooting 3s, he can shoot. He's free to take those. We have great faith in his catch and shoot ability.
You had 4 guys in double figures. How important is it going to be going forward for you guys to have so much versatility?
Yeah, it's what we should be. I think we're going to have a pretty balanced scoring attack. I think Jameer, Jacoby and E-Man probably at the top for most cases. They can make free throws. They get offensive rebounds. We run a lot of stuff for them. So probably those guys. But those guards, Jameer, we've had more than that. The bigs, because of their minutes, probably not as much, but I didn't total it up. I know I come in here every day and tell you about the big guys, what they scored and what they had. So Esom had a 9, and then we had Xavier had a 13. So we had 13, and they were 3 for 3, 4 for 4, 13 points. So we're getting great production out of those guys. I was a little disappointed by the defense today from them, but and 4 for 4 from the field is pretty good, and did a pretty good job from the free throw line as well. So I mean, probably don't get double figure guys out of that because we're balancing out those minutes, 3 guys, but we're gonna get great production out of them. We've been double figures. Heck, I think we had 22 last game. I mean, and good rebound numbers. So, but the other 6 guys, do I have that right? 7 guys. Those other 7 are pretty much I can see all of them being in double figures on a pretty regular basis. Not all 7 in one game, but 4 or 5. Yeah.
Mike and Emmanuel both gave you really good minutes tonight, especially on the offensive end. How have you seen them grow from the start?
Well, to be honest, we've challenged E-Man defensively. He wants to get to the next level, and these are things he's got to do. I talked to him about he's got to catch and shoot threes a little bit more regularly, and then defend better. He's trying to sell himself as a good defender, and he wasn't. We wouldn't consider him a good defender last year, but he's certainly better this year. And the numbers clear. We chart everything, and so the numbers clearly show he's a better defender this year than that. So that's and Chuck's way better, and especially in the last 3-4 games, 3 games I guess he played tonight. And Jacoby's been better. Jacoby's had a little slippage, so we got to make him aware of that. But we've challenged those guys because really that was our real deficiency last year, was that defense from that spot.
Anything else for Coach? Okay, thanks.